Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fandom Hobbies. This is Season 17, Episode 5 of Tainted Grail. We're playing from the Red Death expansion. We are now on the Blood Red Wetlands. Last round, we were exploring the inner city. We've got Castle Camelot there. We are on a side quest now. We've wrapped up quest number 5.1. And now we're going to... we're going to go into 5.2. So 5.2 is called Faraway Lands. Place this card on top of the active quest. Once again, you break new ground. No person from Avalon has ever visited the capital of this strange race. So I guess we're going after the Pict version. It says, you must tread carefully, do your best to understand local customs, and find a way to convince these creatures to part with their knowledge about miasma. Perhaps you could even find a friend here from the Port District. Learn how to deal with miasma. Discover what the locals know about the history of Canlan, and locate the ally you befriended in the Port District. Place special B on the top this time. So we will move red out. We'll put B in instead. We've got special B. We've got our random event. So we'll start the day. We get good weather on the start of the day. We will jump into it. So we're in the Blood Red Wetland. That's 440. Oh, we also have to move the down city of the... this is the Dance Macabre, still on the move. We'll move them to 411, 412. So they're doing their march up and down the city. We also have the Fomorian in the northern Port Cutlass. We had been up there a couple rounds ago, and we ended up coming back to do the Pict area. So let's do 440. So 440. It says the Blood Red Wetland. Low, broad trees stoop over meandering wide rivers. Lush swampland grasses hide skittering creatures under its heavy blade. Red leaves cover the murky water. Several tents made of human skins almost bend into the scenery. Hunters and warriors wander or train between them. One of the groups seemed to be commanded by a child not older than 6. Then you notice something else that makes you recoil. A man tied to a clay altar, bleeding from an open stomach. He hums a low, strong tone. We can row back to Camlin, enter the camp, stroll through the marsh. Let's go ahead. It says a group. We'll go to enter the camp. A group of villagers wave at the scouts. They set off to Canlan. A group of hunters guts a strange animal. The child pats a middle-aged woman on her back, apparently appreciating her progress in training. Speak with the child. Speak with the hunters. Barter with the Picts. Let's go and speak with the child. If you understand correctly, the child is in command of this encampment. Ask him about himself. Sure. He misunderstands your question or decided to avoid it. Instead, he tells you that his queen is a great woman and a warrior, better than her predecessor. She's ruled for several dozen years, but her reign has brought much good to the Picts. If she continues that, she should rule for hundreds of years. Okay, so let's ask about how the Picts deal with miasma. Requires chapter advice, go to verse 2. You don't much understand the boy's answer, but you're sure that has something to go with the growths on the back of the Pict's neck, and that you have to speak with their queen first. Okay, so I'm going to ask about the bleeding man on the altar. The child only tells you this man waits for his turn. The sacred way he does it expresses his love for the goddess. That's weird. Okay. Next up, we can say, ask about the current events. Nothing interesting happened in the last 2 years. Still the same raids from beasts of the Camlin and tensions and relations with the Fomorians. What most people here look forward to is the expected return of their ship that journeyed south to where the river meets the sea. go back to this. Ask about the green-eyed Pictish scout. This is the girl we met before. So I think we've done everything. Act about the Pictish girl. The boy looks at you in silence as if the idea that you don't know about the goddess seems strange to him. Then he tells you that we will meet her sooner or later. Go back to 4. Now, we've done everything in 4. Ask about the man on the altar. Current events himself. Let's go back and let's go speak to one of the barter. Let's barter with the Picts. Let's speak. How about we speak with the hunters? The hunters look at you suspiciously and mumble something about themselves. Finally, one of them tells you that you remind them of the citizens of the Red Empire they fought for centuries. Still, the fact that you're not part of the dancing procession like the rest of the city dwellers is remarkable enough to give you a chance. If you don't have picked Part 4 status, go to verse 11. So picked Part 4 status. We don't have it. We don't have it. We don't get it. We don't have it, so we can go to verse 11. We can go to verse 11. A woman with scars on her hands asks you to find her friend who has gone missing. It was around 2 months ago, and she started to worry. So far, she's failed to find him. If you happen to meet him, tell him to go back to the camp. Find a lost pick somewhere in the marsh. Go back to the start of this location. Okay. So we can stroll through the marsh. Okay, we're going to go to the ruckus in the riverside. Just go check the ruckus of the riverside. Okay. A long ship docks at the riverbanks. Picked bustle about the gangway, unloading crates and heavy sacks of food. Heavy sacks of loot, sorry. Everyone talks with gestures so fast you understand some shreds of information. Territories around the mouth of the river are still abandoned. There are too many beasts and abominations. The miasma drove almost every other creature away. The next expedition is scheduled in a year to see if anything changes. You watch the ship curiously. It looks no flimsier than many smaller crafts that find their way to Avalon. But not until your business in Camelon is concluded. Gain picked part 5 status. Picked part 5 status. We have the picks part 5 status. Okay. Go back to the beginning. Check out the ruckus in the Riverlands. Oh, that requires chapter 6, so we can't do that one. Sorry. So we're just going to go back and we're going to I guess we're going to row back to Camelon. So your arms are at the edge of the long rowing. Discard a location, place location 332 waterworks back. So we're going back to the waterworks again. So I think we've done some exploration there, and exploration ends. So I think that's going to do it for the episode. I'll go ahead and clear out our characters, and just a quick shout out to this channel sponsor, Pontos Fathom Press. We've got a bookstore link down below where you can check out books like Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga, the Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines. We've also got the massive Katu journals out of Lovecraft's Providence Omnibus, collecting the Lovecraftian sagas from Giuseppe Balsamo and August Moldenhauer. And finally, our new book trilogy. We've got Dreamlands inspired, Lovecraftian Dreamlands inspired, Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands Volume 1, Aim Aimless, Aim Vicious, City of Celiphace. Then we've also got Volume 2, Hope's Home, Hysteria's Heart in Dalathleen. and Stubborn Devotions, Inventing and Forgiving. This is the Temple of Hypnos in Ruined Thrawn. Go check those out. Check out our gameplay. Can go visit pontosfathom.com, and we will see you in the next turn. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.